Christmas Day 2025. About 9:20, 61 degrees, going to the mid-70s. We're on US 78 headed west. We're about to go through Stone Mountain. We're going to go a little bit different way, I think. So we're going to turn this around now. We'll be seeing the big rock. Well, maybe not. It'll be covered up by trees. But anyway, you won't have to be looking at me. You'll be looking at the scenery. Yellow River Game Ranch will be up here on the right at Yellow River. More vehicles. We've been talking about all the inventory that these car lots have. And who is going to buy all of these vehicles? We're recording this with the S22. We do not have a phone number connection with this one, so we will have to use this. We'll have to upload this video via hotspot from one of the other phones or either our pad. Yeah, we brought our pad. Okay. Didn't remember whether we brought our pad or not. We'll probably use the hotspot from the pad. We'll turn in the Yellow River Game Ranch. I doubt it is open today, but it could be open Christmas Day. I think they've relocated General Beauregard Lee, the groundhog. Or is he still here? I do not know. Yellow River Wildlife Sanctuary. Yeah, Yellow River Game Ranch closed up. I think they had to move everything out. Now it's Yellow River Wildlife Preserve, I think. They used to have some peacocks and all kind of stuff here. There are people here. Now, I don't know whether it's open or not, but we're just driving through. I think they have picnic tables and, you know, all kind of stuff you can do here. I haven't been through here. They used to have a buffalo. I haven't been through here in years and years. We lived on Yellow River right upstream, about half a mile. For 8 years, really loved that place. The river went right through the backyard. On a power line, had privacy. Those power lines, they were big power lines. When it rained, it sounded just like bacon frying. They say that power line radiation is not good for you too. Maybe that has fried me. Maybe that's what's going on with me. Living on power lines for 8 years. Reason me and my kids are so crazy. A bunch of crazy kids and me. This lake over here, Lake Lucerne, used to be Possum Lake years ago. I used to have an old Gwinnett County map that still had this Lake Lucerne Road as Possum Lake Road and the lake as Possum Lake. That used to be just a dirt road. I caught 2-3 pound catfish off of that dam one day. Black catfish. When it was still dirt road across the dam and when it was still Possum Lake. How many of y'all remember it being Possum Lake? There's a Chevrolet van over there. Before this Lowe's, there was a nice little shopping center up here. There's a Pizza King. I love their pizza. That was really good pizza. Coming home from the A&P in Conyers, I'd stop here and get a pizza for my dinner. After I left full-time and went part-time. Okay, if we're going to go into Stone Mountain a different way, we need to do it, don't we? I guess we'll go the standard way. We'll go 78, get off at Ponce de Leon. That's going to have the sun in our eyes going into town, though. gas at 249. We saw it 247 back here. We're in Snellville. You know, we moved out here. None of this was here. It was 2-lane. In fact, 72. 53 years ago, folks. Moved out of DeKalb County into Gwinnett. Spent 43 years in Gwinnett. Whew. Part of this up here is an old Indian trail. One of my other viewers has spoke it up to Hightower Trail. That's the name of it. Has mentioned that to me before. I had forgotten about it, but it was a main Indian route, I think. Look up the Hightower Trail. I think there'll be a sign up here saying Hightower Trail too on the right. We'll drop over to this right-hand lane. Big Rock is over to our left. They're calling this the main entrance. I don't know that it used to be. The main entrance used to be the west entrance, I think. And they used to have an entrance from Hugh Howell. We'll get off at Hugh Howell and go into Stone Mountain that way. Now that history marker right there on the right, if you see it, I think that is the Hightower Trail marker. Pretty sure it is. Right there on the right. Entering DeKalb County from Gwinnett County. Yeah, I can't give you the history of the Hightower Trail, but I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find it real quick. As a side note, just for color, coming up on Hugh Howell down here, when they went straight into the park, or maybe after that, they cut that off. You used to be able to drive straight into the park from coming down from Tucker. But this, down here at the bottom of the hill, Hugh Howell Road, not here, but the next hill, from there up to that bridge is a quarter mile. Come down here and race, and people would get up on the bridge and time and check on the winner. So I guess we could go on up, that way you can see that. We'll go on up to Ponce because you won't be able to see it otherwise. Do we have to get off here? I don't think we do. It was an uphill quarter mile. Yeah, see, from right in here somewhere, I forgot exactly where, but see, it's almost straight. And up here to this bridge was a quarter mile. And like I say, people would be on the bridge to time and check for the winner. That's back when there wasn't anybody, very little population out here. And we're going to take off. This would be the Memorial Drive. We'll get off up here at Ponce and go into Stone Mountain on Ponce. East Ponce to Lynn. We're going to go left, go back into Stone Mountain, but to the right will take you, right straight through Decatur and all the way down through Atlanta on Ponce to Lynn. I'm pretty sure we're going to go down Memorial Drive, though, going to Atlanta from the south side, southeast. Camp County needs to send a road crew out here, don't they? Somebody hit a pothole and lost their hubcap back there. We may stop here in Stone Mountain and get the Insta360 out and do video with it. Don't know yet. I've always loved driving Ponce. All the way from Stone Mountain here. When you go out of Stone Mountain, it's Stone Mountain, Lithonia. When you get a little further down, it crosses the railroad tracks and it hooks up. And then a little further down, Redan comes in. Redan will take you back to Covington Highway. Now up here on the left is the Stone Mountain Cemetery, very historic cemetery. You've got Confederate dead, Confederate unknowns buried here in the cemetery. Some of the Venables that owned Stone Mountain. There you go. There's Stone Mountain, the big rock. Let's turn and go in right here. Now right here is the Confederate section of the cemetery. And I think these are unknown. $1850. We need to make a separate video of this, don't we? The McCurdy's, there's some McCurdy's out here, old McCurdy Chevrolet, and then McCurdy's at Decatur Federal. Decatur people, DeKalb County people will recognize that name for sure. Or should. If you know any history whatsoever of the area. I suspect Jimmy Venable is buried here. I think Grand Dragon or whatever of the Ku Klux Klan. I know some Venables are buried here. I said the family, whether it's Jimmy or who, I don't know, but owned Stone Mountain, and when the state of Georgia bought Stone Mountain from the Venables, I think in 1960. You're right in that area. Now up here on the roof, turn left and go back up here. I think the McCurdy's, maybe the Venables are up here. Okay. Venable, there's some Venables right there. Ronald V, Irene, Lou, Laura Celia, Blair. There's some McCurdy's over there. Okay, we're going to work our way out and work our way back to Stone Mountain proper. We'll go right into town. Okay, it's 9:30. We gotta sort of monitor our time. like to be back in Watkinsville about 5. We're going to go out right here, and we'll go back up to the intersection at Ponce and turn left and go right through town. We could go across right here, then turn and go right into town, but we will go to the right where we can get a little bit more of the cemetery. Well, it's a very historic cemetery. We could go up through here, then go out, couldn't we? Get you a little bit more of the cemetery. Circa 1850. This way we will go out the same way we came in. We will stop, take the camera off the mount, and get some still pictures of the cemetery here. We will pan the cemetery and get a couple of stills as well. Oh, we made the light. How about that? Now this is old Memorial Drive we just crossed. It used to go right past the mountain. How many people, DeKalb County folks, historians or whatever, remember when Memorial Drive went right past the mountain? I've always loved Stone Mountain. We took a day trip. I think it was the 1st or 2nd grade. We packed a little lunch. We caught the train and at the Decatur Depot. We rode down here to Stone Mountain, got off and had a little picnic. I still remember that. That was an absolutely great experience. We're going to park in that parking lot and get, pan the camera a little bit. And then we'll put this video together and start uploading it. We started uploading that other one already. Got that fella sitting over there on the bench. He doesn't want to be videoed. He better move. Oh, we may get those blackbirds. There's some blackbirds over here. Okay, looking back west on Ponce de Leon. I don't know if they call it Ponce here or not. That light, if you turn left, that'll take you up to Memorial Drive. To the right, that'll take you down to Stone Mountain to the park. Looking right across the street to Stone Mountain. Looking out of Stone Mountain to the east, maybe southeast, towards Lithonia. we will go out of the parking lot, loop around, and go ahead and go through town, and then maybe take Rockbridge into DeKalb, Decatur. Okay, coming right down through Stone Mountain. Yeah, we got off here at the old depot for that field trip. How many of my old Decatur classmates went to Glenwood Elementary? That's where we were, that's the school we were in. Got off right here. I don't know how we got to the mountain, but that was before it was a park. That's when it was just Stone Mountain. Stone Mountain Police right down here. Caboose. Now that Georgia Railroad, I think, used to come down here and go down to the park, but they closed that railroad up. It doesn't do that anymore. I think it came out of the old Pullman yard. Daddy worked there after the war, after Bell Aircraft. He worked on B-29 bombers. And after the Pullman company, he went to work for the DeKalb County Fire Department. But there was a gap there. My birth certificate says occupation of the father is unemployed. Another Stone Mountain Police back there. He's watching. Stone Mountain has, you know, sort of like Arcade. They're a little bit notorious for I won't call it harassment, but let's just say they want to make every dollar they can. They do not mind at all greeting you with a nice little couple of $100 greeting. They don't mind that a bit. Okay, we're going to turn this one off. We're going to be turning right up here on Rockbridge. We'll be going through Pine Lake. I would like to get this, but we're running out of things to... I guess we can get it with the Osmo, but we won't be able to upload it until, I don't know, tonight, tomorrow. I don't know when we'll be able to upload it. But I think that's what we'll do. We'll get that with the Osmo. Go through Pine Lake. It is 10:15. I'm going to say we could check that Ingalls, but it'd be too late for breakfast if they are open. That Ingalls has excellent breakfast at Rockbridge and South Harrison, or used to at least. When I was working up here with Ameritrust Residential, WRI, that's where I'd eat breakfast most of the time. Generous portions, very good food. I'd eat breakfast and lunch there. This whole area was my territory, all of this over here. And this area is a little bit rough. I used to call the DeKalb County Police and get them to come clear the house before I would go in. Okay, let's turn this off. This will be a wrap.